Thank you for joining me for yet another unboxing video. And today we have what we call a tremendous amount of stuff. This is Mr. Torque's Badlands Arena of Badassery, the complete, 100% complete Kickstarter. There is so much that I have to unbox for you guys. Now it's going to be over a series of different videos, but I'm just going to tell you right now, there is so much stuff that came along with this Kickstarter. I gotta tell you, I am completely and 100% overwhelmed. And as you guys know, I normally take this videos, I take it right here from my little table, and I'm gonna be honest with you, that's as much as I can fit in the screen. There is just so much stuff in this video right here, starting from that all the way up here. There's just so much stuff to unbox. So what I'm going to do is just I'm going to start by showing you the core box, start off with that, and do companion videos, which will have contain most of the Kickstarter product here. But I just wanted to get you a complete, and if you go into the comment, not the comment section, but the part there where I put little notes in there, you'll find I'll have a complete picture here of all the stuff that was included in this Kickstarter. So if you look at the packing list, that shows you how much stuff was literally in this box. Just a tremendous amount of stuff that came with this Kickstarter. Again, this is a little older. I bought this in the aftermarket from a guy who never opened anything. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to make the investment. Monster Fight Club they've put out quite a few good games. So when I heard about this one, I didn't want to back it on Kickstarter. I gotta tell you, for half the price that the guy paid for it, he was just looking to dump it. So like I said, I grabbed it. Whenever I see a good deal, I can't turn it down, and I just decided to, hey, you know what? Let's take a chance on it. Like I said, Monster Fight Club puts out a lot of good games, so I wanted to make sure that I picked this one up. Anyway, so what we're going to do here is pull this stuff off here. Hopefully it doesn't all collapse on top of me as I'm taking it, because as you can tell, there is so much stuff, and I don't know if I ever got a Kickstarter that had this much stuff that was included. Now the core box set is right back here, so we are going to get to that. Hopefully everything else doesn't fall on top of me in the meantime. But like I said, and excuse me for moving this stuff all around, I'm just trying to make, I hate to say, I'm just trying to make room for it all, because it's just a tremendous amount of stuff. And the funny thing is that whoop, there goes one. And the funny thing is, it's like I said, this is completely 125%. Nothing was open. So I'm very happy that I got it for the price I got it for, which is half the price literally of what the Kickstarter was. So after removing the 9,875 other packages, we are finally at the point where I can show you Mr. Torque's Borderlands Arena of Badassery, brought to you by Monster Fight Club and Gearbox. This is the core box, which is really cool because it's nice in color and everything else, and all the which is another thing, all the expansions are all there's no color to any of them. So I'm happy about this, and so let's turn it around and find out what this game is all about. So it says, Borderlands, Mr. Torque's Arena of Badassery is a cooperative multiplayer board game in which you and your friends face off against a horde of bandits, monsters, and villains controlled by the game itself. You are vault hunters who have stumbled into Torque's tournament, a violent gladiator pit where Torque will send psychos, skags, and anything else he can think of after you for the amusement of his audience and the cash of his sponsors. You can play the game as a series of scenarios that link together to form a campaign. After each scenario, you will be able to visit the vending machine, mod your character, and enter the next scenario even more badass than before. During the last scenario in the campaign, you will face a boss, a hideous monstrosity that Torque throws at you for his last act. Survive and you win. All that stuff is included. Again, this was released in 2023. It's for ages 14 plus, 1 to 4 players. Takes about 60 to 90 minutes per scenario. Again, it's brought to you by Gearbox Entertainment and Monster Fight Club. So with that in mind, Let us crack this bad boy open and see what kind of goodness we have on the inside. Now, as always, you guys know, I always cut the boxes off screen. This way, if I happen to pick up the knife and I'm already done, you guys don't need to see that. So here we go. It's Christmas in July. And this has actually been sitting in my house for quite some time, and I just didn't get around to unboxing it. As you guys know, I'm a school teacher, and now it's July. I'm finally off of working at different conventions for the last 3 weeks. And here I am finally starting my first couple days of vacation, and I'm finally getting around to unboxing this one. So anyway, here we go. This is, again, Mr. Torque's Borderlands Arena of Badassery, brought to you by Monster Fight Club and Gearbox Entertainment. Let's crack this bad boy open and see what kind of goodness we have inside the box. So right off the bat, we see we have a bunch of cool stuff, a board, we got a bag, but what we're going to do is start off with the rule book as we always do. So it says rule book. So move this down just a little bit so we can take a look at that. So let's see what we got here. We've got the table of contents. We've got something called the reaction system. At the core of the Borderlands Mystery Torque's Arena Badassery game is the reaction system. You got actions, you got dice, you got reactions. So let's continue moving forward. Then you got your setup, your scenario setup. It shows you a nice color picture as to how to do that, how to play. Vault, hunter turn, enemy turn, round a turn, exhaust, active model, scenarios, base rings, vault, hunter cards. So you got a bunch of cards you can be used. On those cards, you have name and keywords, actions, skills, special rules. Of course, you have starting equipment, different skills you can have, willpower, medical, ranged, reflexes, melee, and tech. Moving on, we got line of sight, gives you an explanation of what that is. Navigating the vault and the different zones that you're going to run into, model movement, going into your actions, starting actions, readying, exhausted, taking actions, skill, your range, results, gives you different examples of it right here, resolving actions. Then we move on to attack actions, obstacle, die, actions with multiple targets, using skills, easy actions, free actions. We have basic actions, which are move, melee, swap guns, interact, handoff, collect things. Got different kinds of loot we're going to have. It looks like you're going to have health, ammo, guns, cash, and going up different levels, reselling things, drawing cards, and of course, bounty. Fan favorite. You want to be a fan favorite in this sport. So, gearing up, your weapons, your guns, your melee weapons, your grenades, your shields, your modifications. Rolling forward, you have wounds, healing, fight for your life, wound outside of attack, skill trees, sidekicks. All kinds of stuff. Enemy turns, enemy activations, attack order, defending, actions, enemy strength, event order, move order, spawn order. And then we have shielded enemies, tier 0 announcements, bosses, boss events, and of course ending a round. You have to clean up a roll, respawn, vault, hunters, check for victory or defeat, advanced announcements, refresh action tokens, and you get started onto your next round. In between games, you can go to the vending machine to upgrade all of your equipment. You got your guns deck, your ammo deck, you've got Zed's med deck, and the Torque deck itself. Level up and respect, rest, rearm, and recharge, modify announcements. Again, you have bounties, you have spawn orders, activation, scenario rules, terrain rules, all kinds of rules. Then you got your keywords, your appendix of key and important keywords for the thing. Then we got the different scenarios we got here. You got the caves, the barrel bunker, the power station, Hell's Kitchen, tire yard. I wonder if they got a Gordon Ramsay figure. Bounties, Skag Gully, the watering hole, the hidden basement, outpost Scrapple, and the cauldron. So it looks like there's 10 scenarios. I saw that also with the Kickstarter. You get another scenario book. I'm wondering if this is the same book. Is it? No, it is not. So you get an additional book as well. Again, that's an additional scenario book. So anyway, in the core rule book, you have 10 scenario setups, and of course on the back you have a rules reference which tells you everything you need to do per turn and how to play the game in general. So it's 35 basically of instructions. You're talking like you have approximately 29 pages of instructions, which is not that large when you really think about it. So that's one of your books. That's your core rule book right there. Then of course we also have our scenario book. So again, Psychomaniac. So depending on what level of play you want to do, so you can modify that. Scenario 1, Explosive Extravaganza, tells you how to set it up. Then you got Scenario 2, Divide and Slaughter. Loot Tax. Get the District module. Medical Subjects. Feed the Beast. I Need a Sandwich. A Brand New Necklace. Fetch My Mail. Scenario 10, Skag Crossing. Microchipped. Psycho Reaver. And it gives you how to set all those up and talks about the different figures and different components that are all part of the game itself. And again, a cool reference sheet. So again, if you got 2 players, you got 2 references, makes it easy to go through everything. Looks like this is a little different. This one's a breakdown of the turn, the basic actions, the elemental tokens, action tokens, and dice and enemy orders. This one here seems to have ammo chest, loot chest, mailboxes, explain what they all mean, the different barrels that you have, the tires, the vending machines, and all that stuff that you got there. So this is a little bit of a different reference sheet. So you need to use both of these when using the scenario. So that's okay. That's cool too. So again, let me just show you one of those scenarios really quickly up close. Again, there's a lot of material here, so I don't want to read it all. So again, all of them appear to be set up exactly the same way. So it's going to give you a little bit of background information. It says, so this is your introduction scenario. Welcome to Mr. Torque's Arena Badassery. In the following matchups, you will face some of the most brutal and bloodthirsty things Pandora has to offer for fun, profit, and to show off Mr. Torque's high quality and well-priced arsenal. Each round you will get more gear provided by our generous sponsors and face harder challenges for the amusement of the crowd. And of course, Mr. Torque. Let's start our first matchup with a bang. Get those explosives to the enemy hideouts and make some noise for the crowd. So you got the background information, a little fluff back here. You got announcement for cards for starting cash 1,000. You got your special rules, your spawn table, slaughter light, and then you got your victory point, how you're going to win the game. The vault hunters win as soon as all the spawning zones are destroyed, and after scenario it tells you what you're going to do, and then that gives you the way to set up the scenario. So again, all of them are set up identically the same. The rules may change to some degree, the spawning might change, the victory conditions may change, but the basic setup of the actual scenarios are exactly the same throughout it. So you got your scenario book, you've got your rule book. You got 2 books so far. All right, then we roll on. It appears that we have a very, very cool, of course, Cyberpunk Combat Zone, which I saw that to be back that on Kickstarter as well. I've played it a couple times. Fun game, but I didn't invest in that one either. Maybe if I find it online for a reduced price, maybe I'll pick it up. But in the meantime, I have not yet picked it up. But it looks like it was a pretty cool game. Again, for more information regarding Mr. Torque's Borderlands Arena of Badassery or Cyberpunk Combat Zone, go to monsterfightclub.com for more information. So you got that cool thing there as well. Then we have, I'll put that out there, we got a cool loot bag. Nice cloth loot bag. That's very cool too. So that was right. So that's everything comes right on top of the box. And then we have some stuff that, again, is shrink wrap. So give me a second, I can pop that open. All right, got that. These are going to be your boards, and of course, these are going to be your terrain pieces, and of course your tokens. So let's push this stuff aside for a minute. So let's see how this board is here. Okay, so they're individual boards. So we'll put these back here again. We could show you the different boards. I wasn't sure if it was a game board or as individual pieces. So it looks like it's individual ones that pop right out of the game board. So here we go. Nice, thick, quality cardboard. Pops out very, very nicely. And of course, it goes right back in as easy as it came out, which means that's a high quality punch out. So let's take a look at these real quick. Very, very cool. So it looks like you have individual pieces. You have big pieces. So yeah, you're going to be putting all these hexes in order as it says in the scenario book. So that's cool. So it gives you a lot of opportunity in which to turn it around and change it up. So that's cool. And there again, it says Torque, and see if there's anything different on the back. Yep, on the back it's a little bit different as well. So it gives you a whole bunch of different options when setting up the board for your different scenarios. So it looks like right off the bat you got 20 scenarios, which is a good amount of stuff. So that's cool right there. So that is your token sheet number 1. And number 2, it looks like it's just a bunch of sand, part of the arena flooring. Again, pops out nice and easily. Very nice, and goes right back in just as easy, which is very cool. Very nice. Again, nice thick cardboard, really well done. Nice colors of everything. Really nice colors. Oop. Looks like once you pull it out, it gets a little trickier to put it back in, but let's see, got it. Again, let's take a look at this. Nice. Looks like a nice arena there. Reminds me a little bit of the Slaughter Ball, of course, on the map, of course, on a much smaller scale, but again, it looks very, very cool. And then you got a bunch of broken down stuff. Cool. Nice terrain. Most excellent. So terrain is going to be a factor in this game as well, from what I'm seeing here immediately. And then you got your zones. You got your different zones marked out here. You got zone 5, zone 6. See that? They do come out right away. Okay. Put those back in real quick. All right. And zone 5, zone 6 they look the same. Looks like a bear trap of some kind. Ooh, don't want to step on that. So this is going to be a 125% all-out war, it looks like. So this is going to be very, very fun to try. I've read some reviews on the game, and it seems to have somewhat positive reviews, which I was very happy about. And again, you never know. Some people may not like the game. Other people may like the game. You never know till you try it, like they say. So, and if you don't like it, listen. After you make the investment, always get rid of it, like the guy did, and how I bought in the aftermarket. Or you can use the figures for your own different types of gaming that you might want to do. So here we go. Number 2, 1. Again, they pump out very, very easily. You can flip them. It's very, very cool. So make sure, did I show you the back side of that? Yes, I did. Okay, just want to make sure. Okay, that's that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5, 6 of the different zones, which are cool. Now I don't know if those represent anything other than just the markers of the. That's cool. Looks like some sort of charging station or something, not sure. Okay. Again, very cool. Again, nice thick cardboard. Really, really nice. Very, very, very nice. Then you also have here more stuff. Loot tokens. All kinds of cool tokens that look really, really good. Nice high quality. Very, very colorful. So when I put those down on the map, they'll pop right away. So which it always makes it easier. Sometimes a game maker will make a token. It kind of blends into the board, like, oh, where to go? And then you look for it and you can't find it. These seem to stick out really, really pretty nicely. So if I pull one out real quick and I show you tossing on the board, as you can tell, it sticks out pretty well. Again, they're nice, thick, Nice thick tokens, which is always a good thing to have. All different kinds of tokens, as you see here. I flip it over. Let's see, are these front backs? Nope. So some of them have a little bit different on the back. And all these different icons are explained to you in the core rulebook. And there you go. Very, very cool. Looks like a toilet plunger. Not sure what that could be used for, but we'll find that out when we start playing the game. All right, so we got that. Move this up just a little bit. There we go. Then, of course, we have this as well. Ooh, the briefcase is falling out. Push it back in. It goes right back in. So we got some briefcases. We got Bunny with a stick of dynamite next to it. We got some barrels. We got some, not sure what that is, but looks maybe like something, entrance to a sewer. You got cash machines. You got all kinds of different terrain items here. You got some shields. Some do not go through. All kinds of stuff going on here. Not sure what that is. Of course, you got that guy there who I don't know. Again, I believe this is based off a video game series. Not 100% sure on that, but I believe it is. They go on the fronts and the backs. You see some points or whatever on the back here. There you go. So you get 2 sets of token sheets. And then you got 1, 2, 3, 4 sheets of your terrain. Okay, so there you go with that. What else we got in this game here? I see that we have several layers of miniatures as well. But before we get to those, of course, we want to take a look at everything that we got here. So of course, you know, you got the bases, mentioned it in the game. And what's cool about these appear to be a little bit more flexible than the other ones. The other ones that we usually get are, so these are bendy. So that's cool. Whereas some of them are usually just hard plastic, like the CMON ones are usually just hard plastic. So Monster Fight Club changed it up a little bit, made them to be a little bit more bendy, which is cool. Get a stack of those. Looks like you have game specific dice. So looks like you got a bunch of different types of dice here. So it looks like you have a combination of a couple different ones while you're doing the game here. So it looks like you have some D6s. It has a skull on it and a nothing on it. So it looks like that's the 1 and the 6. Yep, the 1 and the 6. The 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5 are numbers, and you got the skull and the O. So I'm not sure which one is the 1, which one is the 6, but we'll figure that out when we go through the rules. So you got 2 of those D6s. You got D12s. Again, the 1 and 12 have the skull and the 0 on it. So you get 2 of those. Also D8s. So you have 2 of those as well. And I guess the 1 and the 8 have the skull and the 0 on it. 0. And the skull. Put those on there. Yep. And put the 0 on this one here. So just so you see them. And then we have 2D4, and it appears that the 1 and 4 again have the icons on it, the 0, the no, and the skull on it. So you got 2 of those. And you have, looks like 2D10 also. Again, the 1 and the 10s are covered up by the skull and by the 0. So we got the 0 on top there, and we got the skull right there. So there you go. So you have 2D10, 2D4s, 2D8s, 2D12s, and 2D6s. Now, of course, what would a game be without loads and loads of cards? So we got mini cards, and then we've got big cards. Got announcements, got question marks. We'll start off, let's start off with the big sets of cards, and we'll go in that direction. So maybe I could pull this off right off the bat. Nope, gonna have to use my blade again. So I'm gonna do that off camera. This way we don't have to worry about if I slip with the knife. Nobody needs to see that. And we'll get the 5th pack as well. There we go. And we are, as they say, in like Flynn. There we go. So we got our first deck of cards here. Just by looking at them, it appears that we have a multitude of different cards in here. So it looks like we have announcements. Not sure what that is, but we got blue of that. Looks like then we have Salvador, Amara, Mose, Mordecai, and then we have these. All right, so we'll start them one at a time. So let's start off with our blue cards. All the backs or fronts, depending on the way I look at it, are the same. Turn it, flip it over. It says Amara. So maybe it looks like every character has their own deck. It looks like it's possible here. So again, all the icons are explained to you in the core rulebook. Now this one's a little different, so I'm going to put this one first. Let's take a look at that. It says Bloodwing. Okay, looks like strength, maybe defense. It says here, companion, Mordecai. Flight, when this model uses an action token to move, it moves double. This model may move over but not stop on occupied zones. Okay. Then it says Amara, Mordecai, Mose, and Salvador, and Iron Bear. So it appears to me these are, like I said, it looks like we're going to have a set of cards for each one of the characters. That's what I'm guessing right off the top here. So you got Amara. Again, you got your icons here. You got your icons here. Of course, these are going to be your stat lines. These, I'm not sure what these are going to be used for. And then here it's going to give you a little information as to what their special, what their equipment is and what their special ability is. So we'll just take a look at this one real quick. Amara, it says backlash. When this model suffers a wound, place a badass token on it. This model may discard a badass token before rolling any skill test to use willpower instead of the skill that would have been used. So you got Amara, Mordecai, Mose, Salvador, and Iron Bear. Again, they're all set up identically the same. The only one that was different with the blue background would be the Bloodwing, which is a companion for Mordecai. That's his companion there, so I'll put that next to him. Boom, that's your first set of cards. Then we've got our announcements. Again, all the fronts or backs, depending on how I look at it, are all the same. Then we flip it over. So it looks like you've got a bunch of different spawning things. So it looks like you're fired. It says activate slaughter flight, spawn, move, special attack. All vault hunters gain 1 burning token. So put that to the side. Looks like that one's a little different. So welcome to Pandora. As you could tell, all of them have different things that you're going to wind up doing. Shy has been aching. Get ready to scream. You ain't getting out of this. So it tells you move, special attack, or spawn. And then you've got arrows going down here. Again, you're going to have to read the rule book to see how these cards utilize in the game. But I'm just showing you what they look like. So welcome to Pandora. Shy's been aching. Get ready to scream. Ain't getting out of this. Don't know who you are. Let's rip them. Maybe I'll finally get some respect. Look what the skag dragged in. Am I shooting in the right direction? I'll blast you. Never should come here. I'm coming for you. Time for the meat puppet and some bomb sauce. Add some bomb sauce to it. Come to the slaughter. Stop looking at me. I can hear with my teeth. Somebody make an effort. Slap the pancakes. Peaches. Don't run away. An explosive surprise. A walking meat puppet. I can't wait. Another story to sing. Bring me a bucket and I'll show you a bucket. Come to me, my Patsy cake. Grab some ammo. Love me, hate me, it all tastes the same. I'm gonna beat you to life. That's impressive. I just made finger I just made pizza just for you. I'm going to make hammocks from your eyelids. It's inside me. Look into my eyes, and it's time to bleed. So let's just go a couple of these and look at them by random. So again, it tells you here, I can't wait, move, attack, event, all Vault Hunters are out of ammo. Pull this one down. Stop looking at me. Move, special spawn, attack the Vault Hunter with the spotlight is out of ammo. Show you another one. I can hear with my teeth. The Vault Hunter closest to the starting new U station is out of ammo. In the case of a tie, all the tied Vault Hunters are out of ammo. Move, spawn, then attack. So I'm not sure. Now this one has 2 of those icons on the bottom. A lot of the other cards only have 1 on the bottom, so I'm not quite sure what that means. But there you go. So that's just a couple of examples of your announcement cards, which I'll put back over here. And of course, we also have this one, which was a little different also, which is your fired, which just seems to have a red background, which the others didn't. They all have blue. And it had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on here. Nothing on the bottom, but it has 6 different things on here. Where most of them only have, that one has 6. Anyway, see that there's a gray background versus or blue background versus the red background. There you go. So those are your announcement cards. Then you also have these cards, which appear to be your character cards: Salvador, Mara, Mose, and Mordecai. So it appears that those are your main characters. Again, tells you he's a rogue. Bloodwing gains +1 during melee. Gives you some special rules for Bloodwing. And when Bloodwing takes out an enemy, one Vault Hunter may heal 1. Again, this just seems like it's all Bloodwing up here. Oh, this must be a Bloodwing card or something. All right. So Mordecai is a sniper. He's a gun, or you can choose him as a gunslinger. Bottomless mags, Shield of Retribution, Demolition Woman. Then you got Fist of the Elements, Mystical Assault, and Brawl. Salvador's got Gunlust, Rampage, and Brawn. So it's got 3 different cards for him, 3 different cards for her. Looks like maybe 3 for each. Yep, 3 for that, and 3 for that. So I don't know why there's 3 of them. Again, maybe you're choosing which one you want, or maybe as your character levels up, the card changes. It could be possibly that as well. I'm not quite sure. But again, when you read the rulebook, it explains it all. But you can see that you can use Mordecai in 3 different types of ways: a gunslinger, a sniper, or a rogue. And again, so it tells you when you're using the sniper rifle, it gives the rules. Again, the gunslinger tells you what your +1 is for ranged attacks, and then gives you what you can do with those things. So there you go, what you can do with your actions. So there you go, those are those cards here. So put that on top of here. Now these cards have fronts. So I'm assuming that these purple ones may be, not sure. So I'm going to put these with these, put this with this. So let's take a look at these. So every card is front and back. So it appears that you're in this adult skag, tells you its stat lines here: range 1, strength 4, special abilities, claws. This model performs an attack at +2 strength. So it tells you adult skag, and when you flip that over, fodder, adult skag, attack, fumble, move 1 zone away from the Vault Hunter who you just missed. All right, so you got adult skag, you got badass skag, chubby skag, a Marley, and a Mo. So those look like, so it looks like they may be weaker. Okay, these are unique, so all of them say unique on it. This one says fodder, unique, adult skag, and again, unique, fodder, and fodder. So when I hear the word fodder, it means it's pretty easy. So that's that set of cards there. Again, we got a lot of cards here. So then we have, I guess, different types of characters that you may be fighting in your adventure. Lots and lots of choices to have here of different people you're going to want to fight. So these are your character cards that you're going to be fighting. So let's see what we got here. We got Assassin Wreath. Got abilities, again, the range and the strength, the special abilities. And again, back over here gives your stat lines, what your speed is, what your defense is, and I'm sure that's probably what your, how many wounds he takes. And on the back side, it gives you all the things. So on the top, it'll tell you title of the character. It'll tell you whether it's a regular character or a unique character. All right, and then give you all, again, special abilities that it has. So let's see in the back, a lot of these. So again, it's going to give you, it's going to say range specialist, unique, range specialist, shotgun tink. So in the back, on the top right, you see how it's going to give you all that indication of all the different things about each one of the characters. That's cool. So that's all individualized. So again, so here again, all the cards are pretty much set up the same. The stats may be different because they're different characters, but the cards are all identically set up the same way. So you got Assassin Wreath, you got Assassin Watt, Badass Goliath, Badass Marauder, Badass Psycho, Blackheart Bishop, Blackheart King, Blackheart Knight, Blackheart Pawn, Bonehead, Buff Gamer, Edric, Edelhard, Game Critic. I think I like him the best. I love that mask when I see that. Game Critic, Goliath, Mad Dog, Maniac, Maniac Bomber, a Marauder, Nine Toes, Psycho, Psycho Reaver, Raging Badass Goliath, Raging Smash Head, Raging Warden, Roid Rage Psycho, Savage Lee, Smash Head, Suicide Psycho, Super Badass Maniac, Warden, Badass Shotgun Tink, and Tink of Cunning. So again, if you have ever played the video game that this is based off of, also you probably know what all these characters are, who all these characters are. And so it gives you a wide variety of villains that you're going to be fighting, which is really cool. Again, you have some ones that are in purple, and you have some ones that are in normal color, as they're saying, with the black and yellow. Then we have our second deck of cards. So actually, I'll take this and put this over here. So we got some more cards. We got some question cards. Ooh, so it looks like this is some sort of question deck, and then it switches up. And let's make sure we got them all. Okay, we do. And then we got cards that look like that in this deck. We've got ones that look like this. And then we have ones that look like this. And since we're starting with that, we can start with that. Again, these are all the second set of large cards that were in the deck. So it says here, take down 9. Oh, so these look like these could be different assignments you might have. So that's pretty cool. So these might be additional agendas that your characters might have during the game. All right. So it says take down 9 toes. So it looks like all the cards are set the same way. It gives you a title, gives you a wanted poster, gives you unique, your non-unique, and gives you a little bit of information about what you're supposed to do. So let's take a look at this one. It says take down 9 toes. Unique 9 toes, non-unique 8 psychos, and 6 badass marauders. There's your wanted 9 toes. The Vault Hunter that starts with a spotlight also starts with a bomb token. Any Vault Hunter with a bomb token may enter the spawning zone and take the basic interact action to discard the bomb token and blow it up. Remove the spawn token if it's now a normal zone. This action is complex. It may not be attempted while enemies are in your zone. 9 toes is immune to damage and does not suffer wounds until the spawning zone is blown up. If 9 toes is taken out, the Vault Hunters immediately win. So again, different characters you're going to be taking on and taking out. So take down 9 toes. Assassinate the Assassin. The Bishop's Opening. Kingmaker. Slag the Knight, Pawn Sacrifice, Bonehead's Hat, Matter of Taste, An Icy Song, Everybody Has an Opinion, Fetch the Explosives, Smashing Smash Head, Prison Break, Rage Cage, Into the Wilds, What Have You Been Eating, The Legend of Moe and Marley, I Want Its Skull, Can't Outsmart Me, and the Gauntlet. Let's take a look at that one real quick. Gauntlet, unique, none. Non-unique, 1 badass Goliath, 1 raging badass Goliath, 1 super badass Maniac, 5 Maniacs, 4 badass Marauders, and 4 suicide Psychos. The Vault Hunters win when there are no enemies remaining in play. So basically you're killing one of each type, it appears like to me, or multiples of each type. There you go. That is that deck right there. So then we have another deck that looks like this. You got, see how many cards in this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got 8 of these. Let's see what this says. Like watching a train wreck. When you roll a fumble on an attack, gain the spotlight token. Brutal. When you roll a crit on an attack, gain the spotlight token. Where's that one going? When you move 3 or more zones in one activation, gain the spotlight token. Headshots. When you are taking out 2 or more enemies with ranged attacks in one activation, gain the spotlight token. So it looks like this is a spotlight card. I'm assuming that's what that means, spotlight card. Watch the blood flow. Don't be greedy. Looking at that weakling, haha. And impressive. When you take out 3 or more enemies in one activation, gain the spotlight token. So you're the one in the spotlight, and I guess you flip this card over when that happens. Well, that's an award for you when it happens. And then we have the last set of the large cards, which is right here. Appears to be a lot of them. Again, in the front, they're all the same. Then when you flip them over, all right, so it looks like a bunch of different stuff here. A lot of reading to do, so I'm not going to read them all. So let's just take a look at the card. Again, the cards seem to be set up the same way. You got a die on the bottom here. It gives you the title of the card. Again, you got a purple background, and then it gives you the information as to what you're going to do. So a new challenger. Randomly draw a unique enemy and spawn it adjacent to the Vault Hunter with the spotlight. To randomly draw a unique enemy, simply take all unique enemy cards available to you and select one without looking. So with those cards here, you might be these cards here. Maybe you're going to split them up and you're going to put them. So what they're talking about, like, you talk about the unique cards. Maybe I'm going to pull the unique cards, put them in one pile, put all the ranged normal marauders in one pile. The heavy Goliath, put those in a different pile. You know, so you get to pick which kind you. So when it asks you what kind of character to pick, you pick it that way. So maybe that's how you do that. All right. Anyway, so it just gives you instructions of what you're going to do and probably dice roll here. All right. Acid Spitters, Acidic Jaws, Blood. We're out of ammo. We're out of ammo. Dangerous Ground. He just wants to warm up. Explosive Rounds, Firestorm. Skags, they were Swish You, Heavy Burden. Here they come. Whoop. It says perform the spawn order. Took a wrong turn. I can still feel their cold grip. I thought I had more. I'm out. It's not all bad, folks. Leaderboard. Learn to take a punch. Light them up. Little Thieves. Looking like their escape is blocked. Kill with fire. Mad Dash. Meet Puppet Master Theater. Meet Puppets. More meat for me. New camera angle. Your hands are for ripping. Ooh, shiny. Pinata time. Psycho Drag. Rip the flesh, salt the wound. Roid Rage. Second Wind. Shock Troops. Skag Drag. Run away. Switch weapons. Tag team. Take cover. Hit back. Radiation station. They're everywhere. Surprise. Vital bits. Wash them in your hate so that they be pure. Watch them bleed. Welcome to die. Who is that? Advance with caution. Blasted Skags. It's always Skags. Something is coming. 2 heads is better. Right out of the gate. Oh, and then you got a couple red ones here. So keep the red ones to the side. I'll just go through a couple of these so we just get a basic idea. So I'm thinking the red ones may be a little bit more extreme, obviously. Yeah, it looks like it's boss card. So there you go. Flip that over. Meet Puppets. And all enemies immediately perform the attack order. Attacks made during this order gain 1 strength. Okay. Light them up. Spawn 4 badass Skags adjacent to the Vault Hunter with the spotlight. Badass Skags spawn this way gain vulnerable. Shock. Then all enemies immediately perform an attack order. Grab another one from up this side here. It's always Skags. Spawn 4 badass Skags adjacent to the Vault Hunter with the spotlight. So it looks like to me you may not want to have that spotlight on you, even though it's a good thing. It seems like it brings a lot of attention to you. All right. Explosive Rounds. All enemies immediately perform the attack order. Attacks made during this order gain explosive. So this may be the deck that runs your baddies during the game. So it looks like that because it said that you don't control the bad guys. The bad guys run independently. So I'm assuming these cards do that. Then of course you have the 5 cards here, which are red. So it looks like a boss. So it looks like bosses come out. It looks like the boss card. So explosions, it says all suicide psychos and maniac bombers in play perform the move order. If there are no suicide psychos or maniac bombers in play, spawn 1 suicide psycho adjacent to each Vault Hunter. Let's read this one. I have always been and always will be. So spawn Psycho Reaver adjacent to the Vault Hunter with the spotlight. Remove Psycho Reaver from play when he suffers a wound. So you got these are your Psycho Reaver cards. Right, there you go. So we got those cards. Then we got our mini cards, of course, as we always do. So it looks like this might be okay. Ammo dump. One card says Mr. Torque. Okay, I see Torque. So let's take a look at ammo dump real quick. That's what the card looks like. Looks like a grenade with legs and arms. Reload, reload. Antifreeze mod. Artesian mod. Baby Boomer mod. Banshee mod. So these are modifications that you can get to upgrade your character. So you got lots of these. I'm not going to read them all, but you can see that there's a tremendous amount of modifications that you can have that are added to your character to make them stronger as it gets along. So these might be the cards that, if you remember when I was going through it, it said that you go to the vending machine to buy additional mods. Looks like this is your mods, the ammo dump mod that you can get right there, adding up the mods right there. So I'm not going to read through all those. And then we have another set of cards, which are your Torque cards. Looks like inside a vending machine. So again, give you some extra things. So more modifications. Anarchist mod, Berserker mod, Bloodletter mod. So these are just different modifications, again, that you can get for your character, to improve your character. So let's just read this one. It says, Searing Major Tom. Rapid 3 Incendiary, Small Clip Legendary, Assault Rifle, Gun, Doll. Gives you a cost so you can buy. These again, like I was saying, these are upgrades that you can get. So all the type of upgrades you can purchase. So the better you do in combat, you earn, again, chits, which are your money. And at the end, you can upgrade. So this has a very big flavor of a video game where you're always upgrading your characters. So of course you have also your Dr. Zed's meds, which is another one. So it looks like these are all cards that can be used to upgrade and heal your characters. So I'm assuming these cards can be either purchased afterwards or they can be done. So we got Doctor's meds and then more upgrades, which are guns. Dr. Zed's meds. Again, heal up your characters in between games or during the game. Absorbing shield, adrenaline shield, augmented shield, auto shield, automation modification, more modifications. So on the bottom here, again, they're all set. The same title, picture of the item, tells you what it's used for, how it's used. It's a shield pangolin, the cost of it, and I guess one's for if you're going to sell it, it's 200. If you're going to buy it, it's 800. So if you're going to trade it off, there you go. So again, you have a bunch of modifications again that fall into the category of Dr. Zed's meds. So let's go through them real quick, just so you can see the different types that they have. Again, there's a lot of cards here, so I'm not going to read through them all. Zapper mod. At the start of each game, place 4 badass tokens on this mod. This Vault Hunter may discard a badass token from this mod at any time to reload their grenades or the grenades of another Vault Hunter up to 1 zone away. Modification, Malawan. That's probably the corporation that is backing, giving the, yeah. So again, you have your commercials and everything else like that in the game as well. So they're the corporations who are sponsoring the games, and these are the different events or different items that you get from them. And then you have guns. Upgrade of weapons that you can get. Probably on some of these are the starting weapons probably too. Yep, these are all different weapons you can use. So it's going to be a title, it's going to be the picture of the weapon, how it's used. It's going to give you a small little photo of it. It's going to crowd control. Shotgun gun, Tidore is the company. It costs you $1,500. Trade in, give you $300. So quick shot. So again, these are all different kinds of guns that you can upgrade to. I'm assuming some of them will be identified as, I'm assuming some of them may be identified as starting weapons. So I'm not sure which ones you start with. Not quite sure. We're going to have to find that out. You see some of them have yellow, some have yellow, some have orange, some have blue, some have like a little star on them. So I'm assuming that's the way you can identify the different strengths and different types of weapons that you have. Again, that's your gun pile, which is a lot. And it appears that we have more guns and guns. Again, it's a game show about killing people, so I'm assuming you're going to have lots of different weapons to choose from. Again, these are all additional weapons that your characters can get. Again, we're going to have to figure out which ones are the maybe Torque, Malawan are orange, Dahl are green. Yeah, so the green, the backgrounds tell you which company is the ones that sponsored it. And that's pretty cool. All right. Brought to you today by Dahl, Adopting Jackals, the newest weapon brought to you by the Dahl Corporation. Gotcha. So again, more weapons that you can choose from, and you have some duplicates in here as well. But again, as you're fighting, you can, so multiple people can have the same weapon. Obviously, that's cool too. I'm not sure if these are, again, lots and lots and lots of different options you have here. Lots and lots and lots. Again, I'm not going to read through them all because there's just so many of them. So I don't know if you get these at random. I know, again, in between each game, you turn around and you gain money for your fame and for winning. And then you could buy them at the bottom. It tells you what the cost value of all of them are, and you have to pick which one's the best one. And of course, it's going to be based on how much you can afford, because obviously you have to win to gain more credits to buy better weapons. So as you can tell, so you got 4 different things. You got modifications, and weapons. So there you go as well. So with that in mind, we also have, so that's all your cards, your dice, your rule book, you have your scenario book, you also have your loot, bag here, you got your bases for your characters, you got an ad page here, you got a bunch of tokens, cards, and you have your actual terrain as well. So let's take a look at some of these characters that you get here. Now, I'm only going to show you one of the characters, especially if they have multitudes of them. So in other words, if you have many characters that are repeated, I'm only going to show you one of them. So you get a total of 4 of these characters, which look like. You get 4 of those. Again, I'm not going to take them out of the box because there's 4 of them. You get 4 of those. You get 2 of this one. Again, the orange doesn't necessarily come out looking that well because of the way the camera is. The figures are a little bit on the thinner side, which is not bad. He's got a dinky arm, and he's got obviously a stronger arm here as well. So you get 2 of them, 4 of those, 3 of these. Again, the figures are a little bit on the thinner side, so they're not heroic sized. So you got 3 of those, you get 4 of these. Little mini guys. That's cool. You get 4 of him. You get 3 of him. Nice detail, nice figures. So you get 3 of him. You get 3 of this one. And very easily you'll be able to match the character with the card itself, so you'll know exactly who to pull out. Then you also have 3 of this character. Now again, one thing I gotta say is that I don't see it in the box here. Right, got 3 of that one. 3 of this one. Nope, you got 4 of this. Sorry about that. You got 4 of these. Very cool. Looks like these look like cops or soldiers. 4 of those. Get 4 of these. These actually, they look very, these are very cool characters. And if you ever used Judge Dredd, played the miniature game Judge Dredd, you could use these as juvies, or you can use these, again, if you don't like the game, you could always turn around and use the figures for something else. I'm just looking at them, I'm saying I could use it for gangers in other games, like it would be juves in the Judge Dredd game. And then of course here you have 4 of these. For this guy. He's cool. Okay, he looks like a bank robber. He's cool. I like him. All right, so you get 4 of those. So I'm going to pull this box out real quick so you can see this, and of course you get a top to it as well. So again, as I said, you get 4 of those, 2 of these, 3 of those, 3 of these, 4 of those, 3 of these, 3 of those, 4 of those, 4 of those, and 4 of those. Move this up just a little bit more. Again, move the camera just a little bit more so we can fill this up a little bit more. Then we have some larger creatures. We have this guy here. I'll see these become stronger. And the stronger the characters are, the more difficult they are to take out. So you get 2 of these. And you get 2 of these. So these look like the bosses. Maybe. Not quite sure. Then you, of course, have your main characters of the game. So you got, again, they're highly detailed miniatures. Very, very cool. These are your heroes again. Another hero. Again, they're 28mm bases, so I'm going to say that they are true 28 figures, but again, they are not heroic size, so they are a little thinner than like a 40K figure or a zombie side figure. They are much thinner than that. So you got 2 heroes. You got your 3rd hero. Small guy with some very, very big guns. So again, we're asking who's the biggest badass of them all. There we go, another one. Machine pistol. Very cool. Again, Monster Fight Club. Again, these are all really, really nice sculpts. Really digging them. And we have one here who... Oh, this is the... you got the eagle. And he comes off. He comes off there, but the piece goes right there. On top of the mailbox. That's cool. That's the eagle. Mordecai. I'm assuming also, if I'm not sure which one, but it probably could land on that guy. You could probably put it on the person's arm as well if it's on the arm. So that's cool. I like that. You could arrange it kind of like how you want it on there. That's cool. I like that a lot. So that's the eagle. So you got your 4 main characters and the eagle. You also have this guy. You have this mech, which is very well done. Very, very cool. So I'm assuming this is a good guy as well. The gray are good and the orange are not so good. Okay. And last but not least, we have the biggest of the baddies. Looks like a what do they call it? Transformer. With the helmet looks like a transformer. But obviously, it's a very, very big guy. He's got a guy in a cage down here. Very cool. So if you ask how big is this compared to the other people, well, it kind of tells you how big that creature is. Again, compared to the sniper. So that's going to be your big boss. I'm assuming with the red card that we had, this is the guy who comes out. You got to give him a wound. You know, if he takes 4 wounds and you kill him, I'm not sure exactly, but there you go. That's the biggest model they have in the box. And as I said before, you get 2 of that character and 2 of that character. The rest is, I'll see, that's how it looks like in the bottom of the box. So this is everything that's included, but you also, wait a minute, let me finish that off real quick. You also have a shield that goes, a plastic shield that covers your miniatures as well, which is, I've got backwards. I think that's for this one. It could be for the, nope, there it is. That goes right on there. And we have another shield for the bottom of the box as well. That fits right on top like that, beautifully. And so this is everything that's included. And this concludes our unboxing of Mr. Torque's Borderlands Arena of Badassery, brought to you by Monster Fight Club and Gearbox Entertainment. For more information, you're going to go to monsterfightclub.com. And as always, thank you so much for joining me for this unboxing video. It's truly appreciated. If you enjoyed the video, you could always give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. You can also hit that subscribe button. This way you're kept up to date as to any time we release new content. As always, thank you so much for joining us. Be safe, be well, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll catch you on the next unboxing video.